Requesting everyone to kindly take your designated seats. जल्दी से आप लोग आराम से इत्मीनान से बैठ जाइए, विराजमान हो जाइए. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Thank you. I would now like to invite Shri Dheeraj Gupta ji, Principal Secretary Housing, and Shri Rajan Pantelkar ji, President NAREDCO, to kindly exchange the MOU for skilling of construction labor under State Urban Livelihood Mission that is being launched. I would also request the audiovisual of skilling to please commence. I'd now like to invite Thank you so much. Yes, once again, I would like to invite Shri Tarun Bhatia, President NAR India, to exchange the MOU. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a historic moment today. I would now like to invite Srimati Anu, Petroleum and Natural Gas Government of India. Zordar taaliyon se swagat. Huge round of applause. I'd like to invite the honorable dignitaries on stage. Hugest round of applause. Who once said, and I quote, "A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." So once again, I welcome you all to the Jammu time, requesting everyone to take your seats. We're getting started. Thank you so much. Get louder than this. The Honorable Manoj Sinha ji, Lieutenant Governor of the
that this conference is a symbol of that change that is happening in Jammu and Kashmir. I would just like to make few points which will establish what I'm trying to say. 1920 में transition हुआ, we moved from a certain system and then we moved to becoming an UT, and then उसके बाद COVID आया 2021 में. Both years the GDP growth in J&K was positive. Many states were not positive during 2021. Many big states were not positive. Jammu Kashmir was positive in terms of GDP growth rate. The GST was growing. 1920, the GST grew by 99%, where the country was about 7%. Last year, it was minus 7% overall. We were positive. So, point I'm trying to make, Jammu and Kashmir economy has huge resilience, and the people are very resilient, and people are very, very warm. So that cannot be missed in terms of what we're dealing with. Many people think, when they think of Jammu and Kashmir, they think in terms of law and order problem. Jammu and Kashmir has one of the lowest crime rates in the country. It's 0.9%. And that's something that you probably would like to take note of. So two things. One is that there is a huge resilience in the system, and there is a huge growth which is happening here.
You know, in the interest of full disclosure, let me tell all of you, NAREDCO is umbilically tied to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So we don't just regard them as a industry association. We draw strength from them. We also pressurized them, we also encouraged them. But what is most important, and I can say that with the experience of 4.5 years, that real estate, which is, as I think Durga Shankar ji said, the second largest employer in the country, it is more than that. Because agriculture may be the largest employer, but activity in the agricultural sector produces a lot of fantastic things. They produce food for you. But the multiplier effects which emerge from the real estate sector cannot be easily imagined. We did a study some time ago about what effect the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has. उसमें कितना सीमेंट लगता है, कितना स्टील लगता है, कितनी डायरेक्ट employment का benefit होता है, कितनी indirect होता है, what is happening in the transport sector. And I can tell you, it's a very easy coefficient. States which have done well on real estate are the states which are on the top of the economic index anywhere in India and anywhere in the world. So, but before I go on to say what I had to, I now regard myself almost as a frequent visitor to Jammu. मैं कुछ 1-2 महीने पहले आया था and I saw the commitment of some of your younger people who are not sitting here but I see them in the audience. मैं एयरपोर्ट से उतरा ही और रास्ते में एक what was it, a hanging water? Yeah, water curtain, fantastic project. Within 10 minutes of landing done and packed program. I saw the implementation of the different, जिसको हम केंद्रीय योजनाएं कहते हैं, हमारी प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना, अमृत, स्मार्ट सिटीज, and I must say I was impressed with the commitment, and I'll come to some of those things in a minute or two. अभी ऑनरेबल लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब ने एक उदाहरण दिया एविएशन टर्बाइन फ्यूल का, and it suddenly unleashed some thoughts in my mind. जब मैं सिविल एविएशन मंत्री था बिटवीन जून 2019 एंड जुलाई 2021, मेरी बहुत स्टेट चीफ मिनिस्टर्स के साथ, सिविल एविएशन मिनिस्टर्स के साथ डिस्कशंस होती थी और मैं उनको यह कहता था कि देखिए, अगर आप एविएशन टर्बाइन फ्यूल पे जो टैक्सेस हैं, वैट को ऊंचा रखेंगे तो आपकी रेवेन्यू रियलाइजेशन बढ़ेगी नहीं, वो खत्म हो जाएगी. कुछ लोगों को मैं समझा पाया, कुछ को नहीं समझा पाया.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will recall that soon after Mr. Narendra Modi took over as Prime Minister on 26th of May 2014, one of the earliest declarations of intent that he made was that his government would resolve to bring those regions of the country which had remained relatively underdeveloped or which had missed the development journey of India, so that they rise to be at par with the more developed regions. And the exact phrase that he used was कि वो क्षेत्र जो पिछड़ गए, मुख्य धारा से छूट गए या पिछली सरकारों की प्राथमिकता में नहीं थे, उनको उसी स्तर पर ला करके खड़ा कर रहा है. Because exactly what he said was कि अगर एक बुझा बलवान हो और दूसरी निर्बल रह जाए तो भारत माता का समूचा विकास संभव नहीं. प्रधानमंत्री के द्वारा प्रारंभ की गई उस संकल्प से सिद्धि की यात्रा का आज जो हम देख रहे हैं एक महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव है. And when we look back these 7.5 years, having worked with the Prime Minister, I can say with a certain amount of confidence that we have walked the talk, if not wholly to the extent that we wish to, but at least substantially to a very great extent. And when Prime Minister pointed out to those areas which deserved proximity, he had in mind A, Jammu and Kashmir, B, Northeastern region. Today, nearly 8 years down the lane, Northeast is being cited as the development model of the Modi government. In spite of the fact that the constraints there were much more than Jammu and Kashmir. The topography is much more difficult. Connectivity is difficult. Communication is not that easy. weather is not favorable. Even militancy is not that easy as it is in Jammu and Kashmir. यहाँ एक भाई militant है, दूसरा भाई सरकारी नौकरी करता है और दामाद टीचर है. लेकिन 2014 में जब पूर्व उत्तर में हम पहुंचे थे तो पहाड़ों से फायर होता था जब सरकारी गाड़ी चलती थी. They meant to register their presence. In spite of that, if Northeast has undergone that transformation, which Jammu Kashmir has also undergone, but maybe not to that extent. And I think the reasons are not to be elaborated enough because already hinted at by the Lieutenant Governor also and the Housing Secretary also. There has been a lot of development in the last 7 years, but we were bound down by certain constraints, certain constitutional barriers, certain self-made shackles, which didn't allow us to move in the manner that we wish to move, which possibly didn't allow us to conceive an event like this that is happening this morning. And therefore, in the context of Jammu and Kashmir, the moment of reckoning arrived on August 5-6, 2019. And it came as a breakthrough. When the shackles of the past were done away and a new order was put in place. So this has been a tremendous journey in the last nearly 3 years or 2.5 years, moving on a fast track to make up for the lapses of the past several decades. And what the Chief Secretary was trying to spell out, I think broadly speaking,
देश के कोने कोने से आए हुए रियल एस्टेट डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल के सभी वरिष्ठ पदाधिकारी, सभी सम्मानित रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर्स, देवियों, सज्जनों और मित्रों, मैं सबसे पहले जम्मू कश्मीर प्रशासन की तरफ से इस ऐतिहासिक समिट में आप सबका हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं, तहे दिल से अभिनंदन करता हूं। जैसा बताया गया, आज का दिन जम्मू कश्मीर के रियल एस्टेट तथा इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है। अर्थव्यवस्था के इस महत्वपूर्ण क्षेत्र में मैं कह सकता हूं कि जम्मू कश्मीर का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होने जा रहा है और जो अभी एमओयू साइन हुए हैं, मुझे लगता है कि आर्थिक रूप से भी जम्मू कश्मीर को संपन्न बनाएंगे और रोजगार की दृष्टि से भी अनेक युवाओं को रोजगार प्रदान करेंगे। कुछ बातें हमारे पूर्व के वक्ताओं ने कही हैं, मैं दोहराने नहीं जा रहा हूं। एक बात मिश्रा जी ने कही कि श्रीनगर, तो मैं आज घोषित करता हूं कि 21-22 मई को श्रीनगर में रियल एस्टेट कॉन्फ्रेंस फिर से हम करेंगे। कल सम्माननीय मंत्री जी ने रात को भोजन पर एक बात कही थी कि देश के दूसरे राज्यों में जहां रियल एस्टेट विकसित हुआ तेज गति से, उन्होंने स्टैंप ड्यूटी में काफी छूट दी थी। मैं भरोसा देना चाहता हूं कि इंडस्ट्री, अभी हमारे यहां मैं उसकी चर्चा करूंगा, जिस तरह की सुविधाएं हमने इंडस्ट्री को दी हैं, रियल एस्टेट को भी स्टैंप ड्यूटी में पूरी तरह से देश के किसी राज्य में जो सुविधा है वो हम उपलब्ध कराएंगे। कई काम आज की समिट के पहले मैं, जो दुर्गा शंकर जी और मंत्री जी ने धीरज गुप्ता को बताया था, चाहे वो मॉडल टेनेंसी एक्ट हो, रेरा का गठन हो, अपीलिएट अथॉरिटी का गठन हो, ये सब काम हम लोगों ने कर लिए हैं। और ये ठीक है कि लीगेसी में बहुत सारी चीजें हमें मिली हैं, उनकी चर्चा मैं नहीं करना चाहता हूं, लेकिन अभी जो कॉफी टेबल बुक लॉन्च हुई है, न्यू डॉन जो लिखा है, तो आप यकीन करिए देश के किसी हिस्से से बेहतर सिंगल विंडो क्लियरेंस आप लोगों को मिलेगा, ये हम सुनिश्चित करेंगे।